Hi, my name is Josh Rose. I am the librarian for the Kinesiology program. This tutorial is about how to create an accurate citation or reference for a journal article in APA style. So these are some of the most common sources that students in kinesiology will encounter and will be using in their research papers, and I want to be sure that you know how to create a reference in APA style from scratch that's accurate. So I'll point out on the library homepage, if you hover over the How Do I menu and click Cite My Sources, this takes us to our citation guides, and there is an APA style guide that the library's created that has some of the key sources that you may encounter from the actual APA style manual. There's a section for journal articles, and I've taken this schematic of what is needed for a journal article citation, and if I go over to my Word document, I've added that there. And then I've also taken an article that I found the full text for that I want to create a citation for. So we're going to be using this as our example. All of the information that you need to create an accurate reference or citation should be either in the article full text, including, so we have the title of the article, the authors, and then more bibliographic information down here, including a what's called DOI, or Digital Object Identifier. This is important for articles that are found online because it allows readers to quickly track down that specific article. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to place it in, all of this information I've placed into just above where I'm going to write the reference. So this is all the information I need to create my citation. If you have just portions of that information, let's say for example that all I have is the title, but I still need to find that article. What you can do is drop the title. If you go to the library homepage and click Articles and Journals, often you can just copy and paste the title into multi-search, and more often than not the article result will show up in multi-search. So again, the database record for this article should have all or most of the information you need to create that reference. And so now let's go look at how to create this reference. So for APA style, we're going to start with the first author's last name, comma, space, and then their first initial, followed by a period, and then a comma, and then a space, and then the second author's last name, comma, space, first initial, and then a comma. And now we come to the last author. Before the last author, we're going to put an ampersand, and then the last author's last name. In this case, they have two initials. You just want to be sure there is a space between each initial, and then period. Okay. So we've done the authors portion. Now we're going to do the year of publication. This goes in parentheses, and then a period, and then a space. We're also going to take the article title. So one thing to note, in the database record and in the full text of the article title is in what's called title case. So this means all of the important words are capitalized. In APA style, you do something different. You use what's called sentence case. So that means only the first word is capitalized unless it's a proper noun. Now, one other thing that you may encounter is some titles will have two parts. They'll have a first part of the title, and then a colon, and then a second part, and then say, for example, a literature review. When you have the colon, whatever follows that first word, that first letter of the first word will be capitalized, but again, any subsequent words, unless they're proper nouns, will be lowercase. So that's sentence case. So I'm going to finish that title by putting a period and then a space. Now we come to the journal that it appears in. So I'm going to put in italics, the journal. And I'm going to keep italics on because I'm going to add a comma and then a space. And then I'm going to put the volume number. So this goes also in italics. Now I turn italics off, and in parentheses I'll put the issue number. So close the parentheses, then another comma, a space, and then the page numbers. So all that is required for the page number is just the first page number, a dash, and then the last page number. There's no need to put any P or abbreviations for page, just the numbers, and then another period. So this is most of the citation. The last part of a citation that you find, or an article that you find online, is you need either retrieval information. So how can the reader retrieve this? The best source for retrieval, if it is available, is to use the DOI. So in this case, this article has the DOI on the full text. You may have to look either on the full text or the database record for that article to find the DOI. If you don't find a DOI, what you'll add, the library recommends that you put in retrieved from and then the name of the database that you got the full text of the article. So again, this is to help the reader find this article if they want to. And this particular article is in a database, the full text is in a database called Ovid. So I would put retrieved from Ovid. Since I have the DOI, I'll just plop that DOI right into my citation. Be sure their DOI is all lowercase. There's no space between, and then it's followed by a colon, no space, and then no space between the colon and the actual character string of the DOI. It's all together. So I don't follow that with a period. And now my citation is pretty much done. The only thing left to do is properly format it. So APA style recommends that you use what's called a hanging indent. So I'm in Microsoft Word, and to create a hanging indent, I'll go over this bar at the top and select the middle of these arrows. So you have a top arrow, a middle arrow, and then a little bubble below that. Just highlight the text, select the middle arrow, and carefully drag it over 1/2 of an inch. So there's an inch, there's 1/2 an inch, and that means that the first line hangs over the reference, and it makes it easier to read. The only other thing, and then you're done, is to make sure it's in double spaced. So in Microsoft Word, I'll go to Format, Paragraph, Single, Double Space. Okay. There is my reference. So I'll take out all this stuff at the top here now that I don't need it. And the reference list should state at the top references, and this is in 12-point font Times New Roman, and then all of your references will go below, and they should be alphabetically arranged. So if you have an author's that starts with A, the first author's last name, that will go before Mettler, and vice versa. So that is how to create an accurate citation for a journal article in APA style for kinesiology. Thanks for watching.